Hey Josna, it's so wonderful to have you today on our interview. Thank you for joining. So Josna, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Hi Lakshmi, thanks for having me. I am a neurophysiologist. And basically, I'm a surgical neurophysiologist, meaning which I work in the OR in surgery. So, what I do is I monitor the brain and the spinal cord and the nerves during, for example, spine surgeries, brain surgeries, vascular surgeries. So basically, to let surgeons know if there is any sort of insult to the nerves or the blood vessels while the surgery is going on, and I let the surgeon know. I give him real-time feedback, and by doing so, the surgeon, gets to maybe change his surgery, maneuver it a little differently. So it's basically teamwork, you know. Um, um, that's in a nutshell what I do. So,
Wow,
yeah.
that's quite a bit. I mean, that sounds really high tech. How did you get into this field?
I have been always interested in medicine from, I don't know, the time I can remember.
Wow.
So, I don't know. I mean, I think 4 or 5 years. I mean, being a doctor has been the only thing that I can remember I wanted to be, A lot of people, they kind of change, their plans as time goes by or whatever. For me, I couldn't think of anything other than medicine, being a doctor. I was always kind of, intrigued by the human body, the way it works as I grew older. And then the nervous system, the brain, everything has always been fascinating to me. And this is something I got into after, medical school, after I got to know all the different fields that they were there. And this is what, that I got pulled into. So
That's wonderful.
yeah.
So, being a doctor is really a lot of hard work. I mean, I couldn't stand the sight of needles and blood and things like that. Just so much to study. How hard was it for you?
I won't lie, it was hard. It was a lot of work. But again, if it's something you're passionate about, it doesn't seem like work. Like I said, it's just amazing. Our human body is just such a mystery, and then just to kind of dive into it layer by layer, learning about all the different organ systems and why and what and how, it's just endless, when you dive into it, So it's always intrigued me, and it still intrigues me.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah.
What made you so passionate about the human body and biology? And what's the message you have for our next generation to develop a passion for science and technology too?
Sure. So basically, I guess the underlying message here is in medicine, it's to help people, people with sickness, people with illness, to help them get better. So that's the underlying message there. I guess for me, I've always been like a people's person. I love talking to people, getting to know my patients, just getting to know their background and, their lifestyles. And that itself kind of tells you a lot about the person, the way they lead their lives. And you can actually get clues from, where their illness stems from, So I love interacting with my patients, getting to know them. So, and then in that way, just kind of, helping them out and helping them get better. And it's always a joy after the surgery. You meet your patients and they are doing amazing, and they're pain free. They're able to walk, for example. It's really rewarding.
I understand.
Really
You're
rewarding.
such a compassionate and extroverted person. I'm sure that this just fits you really well.
Oh yeah, I am enjoying my work a lot. It can be a lot of strenuous, long hours in the OR, but the end of it, when you see, the patient has recovered, from his illness, you kind of just feel it's all worth it.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
What's the message you have for our next generation when they're thinking of choosing a career?
Sure. I mean, the next generation is just, be curious. Be curious. Be ready to get your hands dirty. Be ready to, just kind of explore. Explore and be ready to experiment. There's so much out there, so many different branches of just medicine, so many different branches out there. Go and, go try and visit, go try and shadow different physicians if you can, and see if it's for you, so many different branches of medicines. Read about it, talk to, people about it. There's so much information out there on the net. Go and so many surgeries. I know a lot of kids who come to shadow at our hospital. I tell them, go look at the surgery that we're going to do today. I let them know, like, okay, this is the surgery we're going to do, and go check it out on YouTube. And then it's just amazing. They kind of talk about step-by-step procedures of what goes on in the surgery, and it's it kind of helps you see what's going on in the surgery, in the OR. So it's not like about 30-40 years back. You've got so much information now, so just go and explore and just dig and get all that knowledge out. I mean, it's amazing. And medicine is like one of those endless treasures of knowledge. I mean, just vast information and knowledge out there. So if you're curious, you'll find what you want.
That's very cool. That's very cool. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Josna. I'm sure.
Absolutely, Lakshmi.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me.